All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to The Perfect Pass with Jake. I got Kyle here with me as always, and we got our good friend Trevor with us today. It's going to be a very jam-packed show. We got Onsides, Offsides. It's an old but new segment. Really, we just renamed it. It's going to be the true-false game from a couple weeks ago. This is the very first time I am live on the YouTube live format. I've been using Facebook Live since I started this back in August. So bear with me. I'm still learning as we go. I'm still figuring out what I can and can't do. I mean, I didn't even know how to make this go live. I took a thumbnail instead. So there's that. That's a top priority. Now,
just acknowledge the fact they called it the YouTube.
The YouTube. Not just any YouTube. It's the YouTube. So, obviously with Trevor here, we're going to crack jokes but have a good time. We're going to get at each other's throats too. So today we're going to cover a lot of draft talk from various subjects to various things. Most improved teams this offseason. The most likely landing spots for some of the veterans still on the market. And Kyle's got a special question for the first time ever. And we'll get to that.
We're proud of him.
It took him a while to get a question. But he's finally coming along. Maybe soon one day he can have his name right there next to me on this show.
No.
No, you don't think so? No. Ooh, you got the eyes. Ooh, you got the eyes. So, me and Trevor are going to start this off. Was Cleveland during the draft? Did they go full Cleveland?
Yes, 100%.
How?
First of all, they drafted another quarterback.
Okay.
Over the past, 10, 15 years, they've had, maybe more, they've had 28 starters total.
Yep.
So, and then this year, they're most likely going to start the year off with Tyrod.
Yep.
And we all know Cleveland's a system where quarterbacks go to fail.
No, you don't think anything's changed?
No, absolutely not.
Baker Mayfield, if you had to compare him to one person, who would it be?
Tim Tebow or Johnny Manziel?
I was going to say Johnny Manziel. Right there, same team, same attitude,
yep.
Same swagger.
Who says swagger?
We literally had this conversation last week, Kyle. Keep up.
Still.
We're not having the same conversation 2 weeks in a row.
Jesus Christ, Kyle.
I still don't know why you say swagger.
Because it's the only word that fits. His little wannabe tough guy act.
Okay.
Much like Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
Manziel failed in the Cleveland system. Mayfield. Wow. Wow. Mayfield.
Jake's nervous about going on YouTube for the first time?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm nervous about YouTube. Baker Mayfield. I have a crack in my screen, Andrew, and the way this chat on YouTube works, it doesn't work as well. So when Kyle is there we go. Mayfield takes him to a 9-7 record. That is absolute blasphemy. He's not even going to start week 1, most likely.
Nope.
And
Tyrod's starting that team.
If Mayfield does start week 1, well, then they're setting up Mayfield for failure right off the bat. The guy definitely should take some. He should have been the #1 overall pick. Hands down. Allen is better. Rosen is clearly better. Lamar Jackson is better.
Honestly, I don't think any of those quarterbacks should have been #1 pick.
Who should have been one?
Barkley.
Okay, I was talking about #1 quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, Saquon Barkley should have hands down been the
#1 pick, and I feel like he could have helped that Browns team.
So the Browns, the thing about the Browns, first, Nick Folk could have been a perfect 3rd or 4th round pick for the Browns to be a quarterback. They didn't have to take a guy #1 overall to be the quarterback. They should have taken Saquon, and then Denzel Ward comes out of nowhere. Literally out of left field. Nobody expected that.
When Bradley Chubb is still on the board.
So not only did they miss out on the best player on the board, they missed out on the 2nd best player on the board at picks 1 and 4. So yes, in summarization, the Browns pulled the Browns hard. It was bad. It was ugly. And then they take Nick Chubb. That's their consolation prize for Saquon Barkley? Nick Chubb?
No. I could see where they can justify it because they have Carlos Hyde on that roster now.
Yep.
Carlos Hyde is a starter in this league.
Hands down.
He's been proven that he can start. But he's not going to be able to carry that offense by himself because Landry's not going to do much. I don't think.
Why? That's a bold statement.
Why?
Why?
Well, if Tyrod does go down or if they decide to bench Tyrod, Mayfield's stepping in.
Yeah,
I don't see.
Okay, hold on.
Let me finish.
Hold on. Landry had over 100 catches with Jay freaking Cutler.
Right. But Tyrod is not a bona fide passer. He's much better when he's running on his legs.
What kind of receiver is Landry?
He's a speedy downfield threat.
Okay, what's the only kind of pass Tyrod
and Landry can also play slot though.
He can.
But Tyrod is good when he's mobile. I don't see that Browns offensive line protecting Tyrod that much where he can go mobile.
Without Joe Thomas, that offensive line is going to be rough. Other than that, what did Cleveland do on defense, really?
They drafted Ward.
Denzel, yep.
But I mean that fills a need that they had last year because their secondary was awful last year.
Yep.
God awful. As soon as they let TJ Ward walk or whatever the hell his name was.
TJ Ward and Joe Hayden.
Yeah. As soon as both of them walked, that secondary fell apart, and I can see them justifying drafting Ward
over Bradley Chubb,
but not over Bradley Chubb.
Okay. Realistically, I thought Cleveland was going to jump back into the late first round. I thought they were going to trade that 33rd overall pick, and they had the 35th overall pick, I believe. They had both of them back to back.
I don't know. Kyle's got pulled up.
Something like that, if he's going to pay attention.
I'm trying to share, but I'm kind of blocked.
It was pick 33 and pick 35. They took an offensive lineman, which was obviously needed.
Yes.
But I thought they were going to take both those picks and try to trade up a little to go back and get somebody like Harold Landry.
Right. At least trade into the 32nd, 31st spot.
Yeah, well, you get 30th.
New England doesn't really. We know this is a proven fact. New England doesn't really care about their draft picks.
Well,
they will trade them out.
We're going to come back to that.
They will trade them out.
Oh, no, we're going to come back to that 31st overall pick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're going to come back to that.
Yeah. I know you're not happy with that. But I just see the Browns being the Browns, not doing their
Turn
thing.
your sound off. Try to keep some sort of level of professionalism here, and Kyle's over here ruining it.
Sorry. One of our guys is asking questions.
Which guy?
Andrew.
Which Andrew?
Ashworth. They're our business guy.
Oh, why would you ever say his last name?
I don't know.
He falls into these traps too easily.
He does.
All right, moving on. Most improved team in the AFC this year. This offseason. AFC. Everybody knows the NFC. It's going to be the Rams. We'll get into the conversation
100%. It's going to.
So we'll start with the AFC.
I'm not even going to. This is just a proven fact. The Rams are the most improved team in the league this year.
Yes.
But
that's why I said AFC. Let's start with the AFC.
AFC.
All right, well,
I got to go with the Titans.
Titans?
Yes.
They got Deion Lewis and Malcolm Butler.
Two superstars. I know you don't care for Butler.
Hold on. You just called Deion Lewis a superstar?
Yes.
He's not even a top 15 running back in the league. How is he going to be considered a superstar? There's a reason he only got $4 million a year. Like, what? Where do you get superstar?
For us last year.
For us last year.
Hold on, let me finish. For us last year, our offensive line was awful. You know that.
Yep.
Right? He still had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage.
Okay.
It wasn't all running. I will
What's his position?
He's a running back.
And how many rushing yards did he have? Kyle, look it up.
Probably between 400 and 600.
Between 400 and 600. Let's see if you're right. Stats. Just go stats. Deion Lewis. Bold statements by Trevor. Deion Lewis is a superstar. 2017. There. What?
Oh.
896 rushing yards.
What was that, Jake?
Still not superstar numbers. Let's calm down. 6 touchdowns.
But I feel that he's gonna fulfill that role that was a disappointment with DeMarco Murray on that team.
What was DeMarco Murray's role on that team? Because
his first year there, he was the bruiser back.
Before they got somebody. Go ahead.
Right. What's the other guy they had?
Derrick Henry.
Yes.
He's their power back.
Yes.
Again, where is Dion Lewis being a superstar?
He's gonna be that wild card.
Just because you have a love for New England doesn't mean he's a superstar.
No. He's gonna be that wild card on that offense. I think will put them in the playoffs again.
Bold statements by Trevor. Literally. Dion Lewis does not make a huge difference on this team. He's going to pull up the same numbers DeMarco Murray did. Except DeMarco Murray probably had a little bit more rushing yards.
We will see.
We will. But Malcolm Butler definitely makes that defense better.
Absolutely.
I can't deny that. I'm not a huge fan of Malcolm Butler.
He's starting opposite
Logan
Ryan now. And I know you liked Logan
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yes. I loved Logan Ryan.
And Logan Ryan is generally a good starter.
Yes.
He's good for covering.
He's a good slot quarterback. So
he's good in the slot, and he's good for wide receiver twos.
Exactly. So if they can keep him not as the number one guy on that defense, they're gold.
I don't know who their safeties are, though.
I think they drafted one, actually.
Yeah,
so, AFC for me, I'd have to say Denver.
Because they got Bradley Chubb and
Case Keenum. And they kept Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders.
Right. But that's not really improving if they keep guys that were already there.
But they got a quarterback that can throw it to them. That's kind of the most important part.
This is me. I think Case Keenum had a lucky year last year.
I agree to an extent. I think if Case Keenum stays in the right system, he'll be phenomenal.
Right.
And I don't know if Denver is that system.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't see Case Keenum doing what he did last year with the Vikings.
In terms of similarity, I will say Denver and Minnesota run generally the same system. Right. There's obviously differences in all of it.
Right.
But generally speaking, I think Case Keenum's going to fit well in Denver. And that's why I'm putting them as the most improved.
Who's Denver's tight end right now?
Good question.
Because Minnesota...
They've run through like 6 tight ends in the past 5 years.
Yep. And Minnesota had Kyle Rudolph, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
And whoever they had a running back, I think they were swapping between like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, that's because Dalvin Cook went down with the injury.
Yeah. So he had good...
Troy Fumagalli.
Exactly. No-name guy.
No, they drafted him in the 5th round.
Oh, okay.
So that's who he is.
But Denver also doesn't have a running back right now. A good, genuine starter.
Again, they're another team that drafted a guy.
Right.
And when you draft a guy, you hope for hit or miss.
When you look at weapons for Case Keenum to use, he's really only got Thomas and Sanders.
Yep.
He had more weapons in Minnesota. That's why I don't think Case Keenum is going to...
Case Keenum's not good at opening the field, though. If you watch Case Keenum's tape, he is not good at zoning in on being able to open the field. So he'll throw to Thielen. He'll throw to Stephon Diggs, and that's it. And then catch Kyle Rudolph when he's wide open. Or he'll jump into the next quarter, and he'll hit Kyle Rudolph and Dalvin Cook and forget about Diggs and Thielen. So he only needs those 2. And obviously in camp, he's probably going to make a relationship with somebody else on that team.
Right.
There's multiple players. So Case Keenum, he may be able to mold this. I actually think he will be able to mold this. And that defense is still scary.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get it...
Throwing Chubb, you put Chubb opposite Von Miller, that line is ridiculous.
Is Case Keenum right now better than Peyton Manning was his final year?
No.
What?
Peyton Manning was established 18 years in the league, his final year.
That doesn't mean he was any good this final year.
I agree with you. Peyton Manning sucked his final year, but...
That's what I asked. Is Case Keenum right now better than Peyton Manning in that final season?
I'm saying no, solely based on football knowledge. Because you looked at he's not a field general like Peyton Manning was. Peyton Manning saw plays on the defense.
But talent-wise.
Talent
In a
wise,
talent aspect, is Case Keenum
Yes.
better? Yes.
knowledge wise, absolutely not.
Yeah, Peyton Manning's going to make less mistakes. But Case Keenum, on a talent level, should be able to bring this team at least to the playoffs.
Right, he's younger. He's got a bigger arm.
He's got a cannon. He has an absolute cannon.
But does he have the accuracy that Peyton Manning had?
The pinpoint accuracy, no. The general accuracy, I would say yes.
Okay.
All right, obviously, most improved team in the NFC.
Rams.
I mean, they.
All the way. Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was.
Whether they win it or not.
Do we really need to break this down? Like, I feel like anybody watching this show knows what the Rams did.
Let's just go over who they added.
Okay.
Dominican Sue.
Yep.
Aqib Talib.
Yep.
Marcus
Peters. Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Do we need to say any more? The team was already good. And now you have Jared Goff throwing to Brandon Cooks. You have a defense that literally will not be stopped.
And I know you're not going to agree with me on this, but I feel like the Rams got rid of a cancer in Tavon Austin.
Oh, I completely agree. He was a locker room cancer to that team. And now he's on the Cowboys. It was Cowboys, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because they needed somebody to replace Dez, and
Yeah, but
Austin is not that guy.
No, God, no. All right, so we're not going to break it into the Rams anymore. We know they improved vastly over last season. So, most likely landing spot for Dez Bryant as of after draft.
After draft?
I mean, I talked about this last week before the draft.
I'm saying he goes to the Ravens.
The Ravens?
Ravens or Redskins?
I was going to say he turned down a multi-year deal with the Ravens. That's already been reported. He wants a one-year prove-it deal.
Yep.
He's going to go to a contender. I'm sticking with my picks last week in New England or Philadelphia.
I don't see New England taking him in.
They have the money.
They have the money, but...
And he doesn't have the ego like every other star wide receiver they brought in. Randy Moss. Go ahead. Tell me Dez Bryant has the same ego as Randy Moss. I dare you.
I'm not saying Randy Moss. I compare Dez to Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco? The same dude that punted a ball to the 50-yard line from the end zone when he got a touchdown?
Yes.
Because he wanted to, quote-unquote, disrespect the other team?
Yes.
Dez Bryant has that kind of ego?
This is how I see Dez. Dez is one of the biggest crybabies in the league. He doesn't get his way.
Have you met Tom Brady?
Let me finish. Dez doesn't get his way. He cries about it. Oh, you're not throwing me the ball enough. Yeah. He cries about it.
Every quarterback in the league cries about everything.
Quarterback, we know this league is designed to protect the quarterback.
Did you hear Calvin Johnson his final year?
No.
Cried more than Dez Bryant. Golden Tate still does. Maybe it's a Lions issue then.
What about Roethlisberger?
Don't even get me started on the Lions.
Oh, he is a crybaby.
Don't even get me started on the Lions. That team's gonna fail this year.
Oh, hard. I talked about that last week too. All right. How about DeMarco Murray?
DeMarco Murray, Denver.
Denver. Ooh. You don't think they learned their lesson with Jamal Charles last year on veteran running backs?
They didn't really use Charles last year though.
Yeah, that was because
they had C.J. Anderson last year.
No, they didn't. He got injured like 4 weeks into the season.
I thought he played all year.
No. Look it up.
Who?
C.J. Anderson. C.J. Anderson. Just in case you didn't know. I got you.
Well, but when C.J. Anderson did go down, they did have Devontae Booker.
Devontae Booker's a wide receiver by trait.
But he's a running back.
Huh.
He's listed as a running back.
Go to his stats. How many baseball Pro Football Reference? How many games did he play last season? Yep, technology.
You're nuts, so.
I played all 16. All right, I was wrong.
So
he was injured the year before that. Then all right.
So they had C.J. Anderson last year.
Yes, they did, and he got a grand whopping 1,007 yards.
It's not bad though.
It's not. So why
for a running back? That's really not bad numbers. So why would they let him go? I see that being a money issue there. They just I think that was his prove it year. They gave him an offer and he didn't like it, so that's why I think he walked.
All right.
But with him walking, they have no one right now. Bunch of no-name guys. That's why I think it's a bunch of young guys too. So that's why I think they signed DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is the veteran presence in that running back locker room, and he helps train these guys to get where they need to be to help the team.
Yeah, so when we're talking about egos, DeMarco Murray has a bigger ego than Dez Bryant.
I'm aware.
So
I'm aware he does because he came from the Cowboys behind that insane offensive line, which is gonna suck this year because
they're all gone.
they're pretty much all gone.
Yep.
So, but I see Denver signing DeMarco Murray as that veteran presence to help lead the younger guys in that running back locker room.
Are you sharing to these groups?
I'm blocked from sharing right now.
Oh my God, Kyle.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. Oh, I didn't say where I think Murray's going.
Huh.
I think Murray is going to end up in Minnesota.
Why do you say that?
Dalvin Cook. That's it.
Okay.
They got nobody else. So Dalvin Cook needs, every team pretty much runs a 2 running back system now. So Dalvin Cook needs that second guy. I think it's going to be DeMarco Murray. Because DeMarco Murray can still be a force in the pass game, and that team is a very pass-heavy team.
DeMarco Murray is good in the red zone still.
Yes.
He's a big running back. He can blow right through the line.
I completely agree.
He's not a genuine 3-down back like he used to be, but he's definitely a red zone threat still.
And the last veteran player that we are going to ask about, Brandon Marshall. Got cut because he failed the physical 2 days after he said the Giants have no room for Dez Bryant.
That is exactly why I don't see him going anywhere this year.
I'm with him. I think Brandon Marshall retires.
Because he failed that physical. No teams are going to look at him unless they're 100% desperate.
Yep. And even then, there's going to be rookies.
Yep.
Undrafted rookies. Not all, 160 undrafted rookies that were just signed after the draft are going to make a team. That's just not how it's going to go. And would you rather take an egotistical kid or an egotistical player that is established in the ways he is, or a brand new kid you can mold?
Brand new kid.
Yeah.
I'd go with a brand new kid.
Now,
Depending on how he plays in the preseason, though.
Marshall?
No.
The new kid. Okay.
The rookies.
So say Marshall's probably not going to be in the preseason anyway.
Because you look at last year with the Patriots, Austin Carr, phenomenal in the preseason. Right?
Yep.
Signed to the Saints, didn't do anything though.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in a whole different system. The Saints and the Patriots do not play a nearly close system.
No, not anymore.
All right. Our friend Kyle here has a great question for us. I'm so proud of him. My little baby's growing up. He's finally figuring out how this all works.
He finally understands foosball.
Foosball. So, why did it take so long for the Patriots to draft a QB?
They have Brian Hoyer on that team for right now.
For right now.
You got Brady and Hoyer. Hoyer's got 9 years in the league right now. Brady's got 18 or 19.
Okay, so let's say Brady retires after the season. It's just Hoyer. They're going to need a backup for Hoyer.
They're going to draft somebody at that point. That's a whole irrelevant question.
They'd draft somebody next year. They'd trade up to draft somebody next year.
If that were to be the situation, they would literally trade the farm to get a quarterback.
Okay.
As for this question,
I see it as they drafted a kid late because
7th round to be exact.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in his comparison it was just about the exact same as Brady's.
All right, so here's my take on this. They didn't draft this kid to be the next quarterback.
No.
They drafted this kid to have a filler piece so that they couldn't come out of the draft and everyone said, well, they didn't draft a quarterback. And what happens if Tom Brady decides not to play for the 2018 season? Because at the time of the draft, Tom Brady still hadn't committed to the 2018 season. If we're all being real with each other, we all knew he was going to play just like Rob Gronkowski, just like we all know Julio Jones isn't leaving the Falcons, Falcons fans. I'm not over that. I am.
That was a little agitating.
Kyle, this is the way I see this kid that they drafted. They waited so late because they weren't focused on taking somebody to fill Brady's position right away.
Okay.
Dumb.
Which is stupid because we don't know how long Brady is going to last. Brady says he wants to play until his mid-40s, right?
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen.
No, I don't see it happening either.
But they drafted this kid to just mold him a little bit just in case as brief insurance, but it's not going to work because this kid is just a filler.
I'm just messing with the camera where you guys are literally looking behind me instead of at the camera.
Your head's in the way.
No, but you guys need to look forward. I'm over here just watching this and that, and then just playing with the camera real quick. Because why not? You guys are behind me looking at each other.
I was addressing my response to Kyle.
I know. I was enjoying that for a second because not everything can be serious. All right, Kyle, let's move into our next segment.
All right, so last time we played true or false. Now we're going to change up a little bit. For true, it's going to be onsides, false, offsides.
Essentially what he's saying is from here on out, we have a name change for this game. Instead of calling it the true-false game, it will be the onsides-offsides game. Onsides means that we do think it is true, and offsides means we think it is false. Now, some questions will go into an explanation. Most questions will go into an explanation. Very quick. It's just a boom, 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 boom kind of thing. So, question 1.
The Eagles repeat as Super Bowl champions.
Offsides.
Okay, so we're going to do it like this.
Yes.
Offsides.
Trevor, why?
Why? It's very hard in this league to be repeat champions. And I think that although the Eagles have a great roster, and with Carson Wentz coming back, that is definitely something to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it happening because it's damn near impossible to repeat this league.
Repeating yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
they're not going to get by the Rams. Hands down.
yeah, that too.
Easy enough.
Carson Wentz wins Player Comeback of the Year.
Comeback player of the year.
Comeback Player of the Year. I'm sorry.
Onsides.
Offsides.
Ooh.
Ooh. Who do you feel it's going to be?
Oh, I have no idea who it's going to be. It's not going to be somebody that got injured in week 15, though. Eric Berry won it after having cancer for an entire season.
That's true.
It's not going to be somebody that got injured in the last quarter of the season. So it will not be Carson Wentz.
I say it's Carson Wentz because Doug Marrone is a quarterback genius.
Can you really win comeback player of the year when you were already like 15-1?
Yeah.
Without him?
Yeah.
Or with him?
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl without him.
So more reason not to win comeback player of the year.
If he comes back and puts up MVP this year.
Like he already was. It's not like he didn't already have a great year before he got injured.
Right, but he didn't get it because he got injured. So
in week like 14.
Still didn't get MVP though.
Because he was injured.
Exactly. So
we're running around.
What is the what is the criteria for comeback player of the year, Jake? You come back from an injury and put up a phenomenal year.
Does it really work if you already had a phenomenal year the year before?
No.
Yeah, Welker did that year that he got it.
What?
Welker got comeback player of the year once.
We'll have to look into that after the show. Next.
The Browns will fire Hugh Jackson.
Onsides.
Offsides.
Again, really?
Yep.
I don't see that Browns team winning more than 4 or 5 games this year, and I see the Browns front office burn their ways with them. That's
exactly why Hugh Jackson is going to keep his job. He's going to win 4 or 5 games this year. And 4 or 5 games shows improvement over 0. They're not going to fire Hugh Jackson this year. They're going to win too many games.
He's had 1 win in 2 years.
Yep. Then why didn't they fire him now? With the number 1 overall pick for a new coach. They're not going to fire him as long as he wins 4 or 5 games. Next.
The Los Angeles Rams will win the Super Bowl.
Onsides.
Onsides. Yeah. That team is too stacked.
Don't even have to give an explanation.
Nope. Next.
Andrew Luck leads the Colts back to the playoffs.
Offsides.
Offsides.
The Colts added one offensive lineman in the draft, maybe 2, but their first round pick was an offensive lineman, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's gonna be there to defend Andrew Luck." Doesn't matter. The rest of that line sucks. Andrew Luck's gonna get hit. He's probably gonna get hurt again because he's played in the past 3 years. He's missed 26 games straight.
You good?
Yeah. Seriously.
Go ahead.
Andrew Luck probably isn't going to play again this season. Andrew Luck can't lead a team that he's not playing for to the playoffs. Next.
New England Patriots win more than 10 games.
Onsides.
Onsides. That's it. First off, they're going to have at least 5 easy wins in their division. And they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle with 1 game. So they're going to have more than 10.
And as long as Brady and Belichick are together on that team, they're always going to have more than 10.
Probably 12 at the minimum. Next.
Des Bryant makes impact with the new team.
Onsides.
Onsides.
He's Des Bryant.
Too talented.
He's too talented. The only thing I see is him being a locker room cancer. That's it.
Even so, if you get him on a team like New England, he won't have an issue. It's just he's Des Bryant. He's too talented. He knows how to catch the ball. He knows how to get open. He's gonna make an impact no matter where he goes. Next.
Baker Mayfield starts week 1.
Offsides.
Onsides.
Trevor, what do you think offsides?
I think they're going to give him some time, more time than the preseason to adjust to the team. What's the word I'm looking for?
Chemistry.
The team chemistry and learn the playbook before they give him the start and bump Tyrod down to the bench.
Okay, so we already established the Browns already did the most Browns thing ever. So they're going to do, again, the most Browns thing ever and start the rookie quarterback week 1 because, hey, why not? Let's screw the kid already. Next.
Bradley Chubb wins Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Onsides.
This is a good draft class for defense. I'm gonna say offsides.
Why?
There's only one good player now in that secondary in Cleveland.
Right.
Denzel Ward could very potentially get picked on number 1 by opposing
talking
quarterbacks.
about Cleveland?
I'm getting to the point.
Bradley Chubb's on Denver.
I'm aware. I'm not talking about Bradley Chubb because Denzel Ward's going to win it.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah, now we're on the same page. So, Denzel Ward's going to get picked on because he's a rookie, first of all. And he's going to probably be covering number 1s, which means he's going to have every single opportunity available to him to end up leading the league in
Think
interceptions.
about it this way. He's facing Antonio Brown twice a year now.
Yeah, Denzel Ward's speed is ridiculous for a cornerback. It's amazing he's not a wide receiver.
Right.
Denzel Ward is probably going to lead the league in interceptions because no one else on Cleveland can take the ball.
You're telling me that kid's going to lead the league in interceptions over Marcus Peters?
Yeah. Marcus Peters was on a decline out of nowhere.
I think he comes back this year.
Why? Because he's with St. Louis?
Yes.
Trevor, I'm supposed to ask why, not you.
Oh my God. Here we go. Kyle just wants his 5 minutes of fame.
A defensive player wins MVP.
Offsides.
Offsides.
There's been what, maybe 2. I know JJ Watt got it 1 year. He was maybe the only one to ever get it.
Okay, I'm gonna get what you're saying real quick. It's offsides because it is a quarterback-driven league, and it seems like every year a quarterback wins it now.
Unless your name's Adrian Peterson.
Pretty much.
But he's a non-factor now.
Exactly. Next.
Seahawks go plus 500 without Legion of Boom.
Offsides.
Offsides. That defense is not good.
They got
plain and simple.
They got Earl Thomas
and the Griffin brothers.
Yeah, and Cam Chancellor got hurt last year, right? And
yep.
We all know how he's going to be coming into this year.
He was the one that was contemplating retirement.
Right.
Like, that's how bad his injury was.
What did he do? Was it an ACL?
No, I don't think so. You wouldn't contemplate an injury over or retirement over an ACL. I don't remember the injury off the top of my head though. Their entire front 7 has been ripped apart, and if they're still there, they're old now.
They don't have Michael Bennett anymore. Bruce Irvin's gone.
Yep, Bruce Irvin's been gone. He's over in Oakland.
Richard Sherman is now in
San Francisco. That's going to be a fun game.
Jeremy Lane isn't that good.
Never was. Original member of the Legion of Boom, but never was that good. Next.
Case Keenum leads Denver to the playoffs.
Offsides.
Onsides.
Why, Trevor?
We already talked about this. We don't need to go back into
racing. Talk about this one.
Teddy Bridgewater is forced to retire.
Onsides.
Offsides. Who's going to force him to retire?
Himself.
Why?
I don't think his knee holds
up.
I
stole your fucking...
No. Hold on. If he's going to force him...
Hold on. We just got Jake.
No.
Look at Jake's face, everyone. Jake yells at us for swearing, and then he goes and says it himself.
As soon as I said it, I caught myself.
How do you force yourself to retire? Like that's be his decision. He's not be forced to retire.
This is a weirdly worded question. It should just I should have just worded it saying Teddy Bridgewater's gonna retire. I don't see his knee holding up this year because that was a really bad knee injury that put him out for a year and a half, 2 years.
I mean, to be honest, no one actually still knows what happened.
So
right.
It wasn't your normal torn ACL. It wasn't your normal torn
everything.
Yeah,
I don't see
something else.
So,
and if he does play, I see him taking a shot to the legs, getting hit, and it just getting ripped apart again.
So why didn't you just say onside? If he's not going, if he's going to be forced to retire, and he's going to retire on himself. Why didn't you?
He did say onside. I said offsides.
He said offsides.
Oh. Yeah. So why didn't you say offsides? What I meant to say.
Because he's saying yes, he will be forced to retire. I'm saying no, he is not going to retire.
Why?
Because he's not going to see the field. They drafted a rookie for a reason. He's not going to see the field. He's going to be a backup.
They have 6 quarterbacks in their locker room right now.
Bridgewater's going to be the backup. Bryce Petty ain't staying.
Bryce Petty's not going to stay. Hackenberg's not going to stay.
No.
They still got Josh McCown.
He might stay. They're probably rolling into the season with 3 quarterbacks.
I say Josh McCown starts week 1 then.
That's rough.
Sorry, Jets fans. You got Josh McCown again to start the season.
I'm not against that, though. Take the rookie.
Train him. Josh McCown's a veteran in this league. And
I'm not against that.
He can train the guy.
And if the Jets are going to be anywhere near relevant to the Patriots in the next still 3 or 4 years until Tom Brady retires, 2019. I have an entire conspiracy theory that I've said many times about the New England Patriots.
You said it almost every night on this game.
Exactly. He doesn't believe me. But hey, that's all we got for this show.
We're not done yet.
Oh my God, we have 2 more questions.
Yeah.
I forgot I put a space there. Continue.
Saquon Barkley wins Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Onsides.
He's gotta be the motor that runs that Browns offense. Or
what?
No, never mind. No, he's not on the Browns. Where'd he go?
New York Giants.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I was thinking Browns.
Because everyone seems to have gone to the Browns.
Yeah. Browns have just been messing up the whole time.
Exactly.
But I see him filling that starting running back role that the Giants needed so badly last year, and he's gonna put up big numbers for them.
Well,
running behind Big Nate Solder too. That's gonna be a plus for him.
Here's my take on this one. Eli Manning's gonna be Eli Manning. Eli Manning can't lead an offense. Saquon Barkley is the second coming of Adrian Peterson before the child beating charges.
Let's be real though. Eli's getting into the Hall of Fame just for beating Brady twice.
Yep.
That's it.
Next.
Mason Rudolph replaces Ben Roethlisberger in the next 3 to 4 years.
Onsides.
Wait, what did you say, Trevor?
Onsides. You saying off?
I said offsides.
Ooh.
You think it's going to be sooner, don't you?
No.
No?
They're going to let him go before Ben Roethlisberger even thinks about retirement.
Ben's been thinking about retirement the past 3 years.
And then just released a statement today saying he wants to play until he's Tom Brady's age.
It's not going to happen with that.
God, no. He's already almost broken.
Everybody hits him harder because he's the biggest quarterback in the league. So,
all right, whoa.
You know it's true.
No, he isn't. Cam Newton's bigger.
Cam Newton doesn't count. He sucks.
Andrew says,
I don't like Cam Newton.
Andrew says Ben retires after next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I just don't think Mason Rudolph.
So then
based upon all the substantial evidence we have at our disposal right now, given what Roethlisberger even said himself, I'm going to say offsides because he will not be on the team when Ben Roethlisberger finally decides to retire.
I'm telling you, they drafted him to replace Ben Roethlisberger.
So
it might be sooner than 3 to 4 years. But he's going to replace Ben Roethlisberger.
With him saying that Ben's going to retire after next year, you're saying they're going to get rid of Rudolph?
No. If Ben were to actually retire, and now I take player statements to not coach. I will never believe a damn word a coach says or GM. None of them are ever right. None of them. They're all trying to smoke screen you. But players usually are right on the money with what they're trying to say. So if Roethlisberger says he wants to play the next 6 to 7 years, then he wants to try to play for the next 6 to 7 years. And he's going to try to play for the next 6 to 7 years. His body won't hold up.
In that time, he's going to have a career-ending injury.
I wouldn't go that far. Roethlisberger is still durable and stays on the field. He's never substantially, minus his motorcycle accident, missed any time. So.
Yeah, he missed it a few years ago when they had to start Vic and that other guy.
Oh, yeah. What was that guy's name?
Jones or something like that. Byron Jones?
Or was it Landry Jones? Landry Jones. It was Landry Jones.
That's what it was.
So, I'm going to take that for what it is, and Roethlisberger is going to try to play for the next 7 years. I don't even know what that means. Alez Ion?
Can you use English, please?
I'm all for speaking Spanish if we have a translate. No,
I don't
neither one you can
think
translate.
that's Spanish.
All right, well, that's all we got for tonight. We'll end it on that note, that random. I'm going to try to... Oh, God.
Everybody wish Jake a happy wedding because he's getting married on Saturday.
All right, guys. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Like us on Facebook. We all have personal Twitters, Reddit. You name it, we're there. Search Jake Game Changer Sports Network on all of them. And definitely, on Thursday, we have Tim going live for hockey, talking about the second round of the playoffs. Have a good night, guys.